So we are in the penultimate week of the Fantasy Premier League this season, and Fantasy Sports Feed is back with this week's video for you. In this video, we will discuss how the FA Cup impacts this game week, what are the teams you should focus on, and finally, some differential captains as well. So let us begin with the 4 teams that would be featuring in the FA Cup semi-finals this weekend and would be featuring in FPL matches later in the week. Let us talk about Arsenal and City first, as the FA Cup would have primary importance for them, as the remaining matches in Premier League are of very less importance to both of them. With FA Cup in focus for both of these teams, expect their best 11 to feature in the semi-finals, while there might be some rotation in place for the Premier League matches. Having said that, these two teams have the easiest fixtures in the next 2 game weeks among the 4 FA Cup semi-finalists. Let us look at some of their players. With City's bench players having played minimal role in the last match against Bournemouth, expect those players to play a pivotal role in the FA Cup clash. While the likes of Foden, David Silva and Gabriel Jesus might be called again to take care of Watford, pick your player and pray that Pep Role doesn't affect you. Arsenal's front 3 of Saka, Lacazette and Aubameyang has the form and fixture to capitalize on. Expect this 3 to go on a prowl with easier fixtures. Shifting focus to the other semi-final between United and Chelsea, both these teams are still in contention for Champions League qualification and might prioritize Premier League. With the fixtures not as great as the other two, but expect these two teams to come out all guns blazing with Champions League qualification still to look for. United's forwards have been in good form over the last few weeks, with Rashford and Martial being in particularly great form, and everything probably passing through Bruno. Expect United to step up their goal scoring with an eye on the goal difference tally as they look to edge out Leicester and Chelsea for that coveted Champions League spot. Chelsea's fixtures are tougher with one against the champions in the coming week, but all goal-mouth action in the past 2 weeks for Chelsea have revolved around these two men. Christian Pulisic and Oliver Giroud should be the men to look out for Chelsea's next 2 fixtures. Let us now look into a couple of other teams that we can probably look into for the upcoming 2 weeks. Yes, we are talking about Burnley and Sheffield United. Both these teams have excellent fixtures in the next 2 game weeks. While Burnley play Norwich and Brighton, Sheffield United will play Everton and Southampton. First up are the 2 goalkeepers from these 2 teams. Nick Pope and Dean Henderson have both enjoyed breakthrough seasons. You can take either of them in your team based on your requirements, or you can possibly take both of them as well if you still have the bench boost to play. Burnley's defense has been reliable throughout the season and Tarkowski has been the leader of the pack. He has 13 points from the last 3 games and a 6.1% total ownership. A differential indeed. Another defender from Sheffield's ever-so-reliable defense, Enda Stevens, has 15 points from the last 2 games and only 4.4% ownership. Back to Burnley, but this time a forward. Chris Wood is more than capable of taking advantage of Norwich City's dodgy defense. With an ownership of only 1.1%, Chris Wood could be the answer if you are looking to jet past your mini-league rivals. In the final segment, let us look at some of the differential captain picks for this week. Danny Ings will next play against Bournemouth, who have conceded 12 goals in their last 5 matches, with the Golden Boot race heating up. We can expect Danny Ings to come out with his shooting boots on against a defensively fragile Bournemouth. It was not too long ago that the duo of Jamie Vardy and Harry Kane used to rule the roost in terms of goal scoring in the Premier League. While Vardy is still top of the pack in terms of goal scoring, even Harry Kane is back amongst the goals as he showed in the last match with his brace. Expect these 2 gentlemen to be involved in a lot of goal-mouth action as they go face to face in next week's clash. That is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. Follow us at Twitter at FantasySportsF8 and do like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you like the video.